you're probably setting yourself up for failure without even realizing it. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole, and this channel is all about health, wellness, and designing your dream life. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing the secret to reaching your goals in 2020. So for the past few years, I've really been trying to focus on setting goals and developing habits in order to reach those goals. And I've been doing a lot of reading into this topic to try and figure out what drives behavior change and what we can do to actually help us reach our goals. And what I've come up with in my experience is that there's one thing that you can really do that'll help you reach your goals. So the secret to reaching your goals is to actually know yourself. I cannot emphasize enough that in order to reach your goals, you have to know yourself. So what do I mean by this? A lot of times when people set goals, they actually set goals that work against themselves. So for example, if you want to set a goal of waking up earlier, say you want to wake up at 5 a.m. every single day, it's not really realistic for you if you're already the kind of person that doesn't go to bed until 3 a.m. So you really need to be setting goals that are in line with who you are as a person. Now that's not to say that because you're somebody who stays up till 3 a.m. that you can't set a goal of waking up at 5 a.m. It's just a matter of knowing that it's going to take a lot of time and a lot of effort to get you there. So since my channel is all about health and wellness, we'll focus on fitness goals. So let's say you want to set a fitness goal of going to the gym 3 times a week. You really need to think about how that will impact your life and how you can fit that into your own schedule. So first of all, when are you going to exercise? Is it going to be in the morning? Is it going to be after work? Is it going to be on your lunch break? When will that actually fit into your life? If you're not a morning person, then it's not realistic for you to wake up and go to the gym before work. If you're the kind of person who works long hours and you don't get home until late, it's maybe not realistic for you to go to the gym after work. And even for myself, I'm the kind of person who after work, I just want to come home and relax. So maybe going to the gym after work isn't the best option for myself. So the very first thing that you need to do is ask yourself, are you a morning person? Are you a night person? And when are you most energized? So for myself, I know that I'm most energized around 2 to 3 p.m. And when I was in university, that worked really well with my schedule because I often had afternoons off of classes. So I could go to the gym after that. But since I'm working 9 to 5, it's really difficult for me to get to a gym at 2 to 3 p.m. So knowing that about myself and knowing when I'm most energized and my habits, I can decide what works best for me. So the second thing that you need to ask yourself are what are your typical habits and routines? So what do you do in the morning? What do you do at work? What do you do after work? What do you do on the weekends? If you can actually write down everything that you do in your day-to-day life, you'll be able to find times where you can work in when you want to work on your goals and habits. Another question that you can ask yourself that more relates to diet is, are you a moderator or an abstainer? So what that means is, are you the type of person that will eat 1 or 2 cookies if you have a box of cookies in your house? Or will you eat the entire box? I'm the kind of person that will eat the entire box. So that means I can't moderate the amount that I'm going to eat, which means I need to abstain. So if I don't buy cookies and I don't have any in the house, I won't eat them. So a good way to really figure out what's going to work for you is to actually journal about it. You can answer some of the questions that I've talked about today. There's also other ones that you can find online. But also try and journal about your past experiences. What has worked for you and what hasn't, and maybe why. Why hasn't it worked? Try and be really realistic about what you think that you can accomplish and what will work for you. Don't try and force yourself into a goal that maybe isn't right for you, just because that's something that everybody else is doing or that you think that you should be doing. If you're not a morning person, don't try and wake up at 5 a.m. The next thing that you need to do to help you reach your goals is to really get in tune with your why. So what that means is you need to figure out why you're setting the goals that you're setting and why they're important to you. So you really need to dive deep into this and not just surface level answers, things that everybody else talks about. So if your goal was to be more healthy and fit this year, your why shouldn't be to feel better or to look good, because that's very surface level. There's no deeper meaning to that. So a way you can do this is think about who you want to be setting these goals for and for what purpose. So if your goal is to be healthy and fit, what will you do when you're healthy and fit? What will you use that newfound health for? So for me, I obviously want to work out because I want to look good and I want to feel good. But I also work out because I want to be a future role model for my children someday. So in my actual 9 to 5 job, I work as a physiotherapist, specifically with kids. I'm a pediatric physiotherapist. And I see all the time how energetic kids can be and how tired a lot of the times parents are. And I want to be the type of parent that can be there for my kids and be running around with them. And I know right now that I can't play a full game of soccer with my children. So I want to work on my cardiovascular fitness. I want to work on my strength so that I can be there for my kids someday and I can exercise with them and be a role model for them. There's a family on YouTube that I really like to follow called the Bucket List family. Now they're a mom and a dad with 3 children, and they traveled around the world. And while that's a really awesome thing, another component of their lives was health and fitness. They liked to work out every single day, and that reflected on their children. They would often show videos of their kids working out with them, seeing them exercise, being healthy and active and fit. And I find that sort of healthy, active lifestyle really inspiring, and that's what I want to be for my own children. I want them to see me exercising and be healthy and fit, so that inspires them to also follow and be healthy and fit. So make sure that you're finding your why. It really doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's deeply meaningful for you. And it needs to be motivating. This is what's going to get you through the days when you don't feel like going to the gym. You'll remember your why and remember what you're doing this for. Okay, and the last thing that I want to talk about is being realistic. So I sort of already touched on this, but just to dive a little bit deeper, being realistic means that you know what will work for you. So for example, I have no doubt in my mind that anybody in the world can go out there and make $1 million. The problem is that not a lot of people will have the drive and the motivation that it takes to actually do that. So for whatever goal that you set, make sure that you're being realistic about what it will actually take for you to achieve that goal. It's going to take time, it's going to take effort, it's going to take sacrifice in some cases. So if you're willing to put in the effort to do those things, then you'll be able to achieve your goal. If you realistically know that you're not going to go to the gym, then don't buy a gym membership. If you realistically know that you're not going to wake up at 5 a.m. because that's really difficult for you, then don't set that goal. The main thing is to think about doing baby steps towards your goal. So right now, you might not have the ability to make $1 million, but you can take baby steps towards reaching that goal. It might take until you're 80 years old to do it, but if you're willing to put in the time and the effort to do it, you can achieve your goal. So I would really love to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comment section down below what your goals are, what your why is, and what's the very first step that you're going to take in order to help you achieve that goal. If you really like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. It really supports my channel. If you like this video, there's other ones that you can check out as well. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.